with the whistle first. Dandy. It's like a given. Are you done? Ready? Are you finished? Come on, out of the window. Okay, nobody's there. You can go chew your bone. Chew your bone. You're fine. Nobody's coming to get us.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Knottyarnies. My name is Barb and I'm coming to you from Ontario, Canada with a very, very fun, special, surprising, exciting, all the things announcement. I'm so excited about this. It is a CAL, which is a CAL, a crochet along, and a collaboration most importantly. So I was contacted from a couple of wonderful, amazing ladies and fellow YouTube channel creators, and they had asked me to join in with this collaboration, and I of course immediately said yes, because I would love to get more people involved in our little community that we've got going on here. So if you've already watched all this information on the end of my podcast, it's all the same thing. I'm just pre-recording it, adding it to my podcast so everybody sees it there, and then I'm going to premiere it right here on YouTube so that we can chat down below. So if you're have any questions along the way, anything whatsoever, myself, Lorraine, and Gina will be down below commenting. So Lorraine is Chatelain Makes, Gina is the Knitting Turnpike. I don't think there's a "the" at the front, it's just Knitting Turnpike, and myself will be shown as Knottyarnies down below. So any questions at all along the way, feel free to ask. Feel free to tell us your name, your excitement, maybe the yarn you're going to use when we get to that point. I've got a lot to tell you. You can fast forward at any time if you're not interested in this. All the information is going to be in all of our drop-down description boxes, so there's no worry about for rules or etc. I'm just going to do a lot of discussing about each step of the way, so that there's as least amount of questions as possible. I'm sure we did not remember it all to talk about. We've had two Zoom meetings. Well, it wasn't on Zoom, it was on something called StreamYard. I just keep saying Zoom, so excuse that. But we had a couple of meetings and they lasted for quite a while because we were going through all the different things we're going to incorporate in this collab. So let's get into this. I want to welcome each and every one of you, and also I want to say hi to Lorraine and Gina, and if Jeanne is here too, great big hello. And also, what was the other thing? Oh, also a huge welcome to anyone who's new here, because there's quite a few of you. Because it's a collab, we're getting our names out there, and we're having people that are maybe from my channel going to another channel and subscribing, or you're coming from one of the other channels or the designer's channel. She already released that we're having this collaboration on her last video, so she spread the word early to get everybody to our channel so that you got to see what the excitement is all about. So let's get into this, shall we? So, first of all, I already mentioned, but I'm going to say it again. The channels that are involved are Knottyarnies, Knitting Turnpike, and Chatelain Makes. All this, I'm going to try, I'll put them on the screen as I say them over here. That's what I'll do. So, mental note when I'm pointing to remind myself when I'm editing to insert photos or words in the screen so that you know, or so that I know when I'm editing that they're going to be there. We are going to do a CAL, and we are being so inclusive here, guys. It's not just going to be a CAL that is for advanced people. It's not going to be a CAL that's for somebody who maybe learned just a month ago. It is a CAL that you can actually do even if you're just learning to crochet. Why? Because the designer has made this pattern so easy that anyone can follow along, even if you're just learning. Also, it'll be quite easy because you'll have the support system behind you. Any questions along the way, there's 3 of us to ask, plus the designer makes 4. So you have all that support, plus your fellow people doing the CAL as well. So make friends with that. And so we're going to have that inclusivity. Oh, I don't even know if I said that right. Inclusivity. Is that a word? Not sure. Anyway, the other part is it's a crochet one. So anyone who crochets, or even that don't crochet, but it's so inclusive. It's inclusive because of sizing. It's such an inclusive pattern. It includes anyone from small to larger sizes and short to tall. You can make it this pattern tank top, short sleeve, arm length, bracelet length, long sleeves, whatever you would like to do with this pattern. It's so easy. You can even make it a dress. And we are making it so inclusive because we're also giving you over 2 months to create your beautiful work. So if you want to make it a dress, you'll have the time. Or if you want to make 2, you'll get 2 entries into the draw. So, and we're not just having 1 giveaway, guys. We are having 5 giveaways. They're happening bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, and we're announcing the winners on our bi-weekly lives, which I'll tell you more about later. It's so exciting. It's so much information I'm going to throw at you. So if you need to pause between information to digest, go ahead, do that. Or if you want to just watch me and then press pause and look at the drop down arrow and look at all the things that I'm talking about, and maybe that's your way of processing it all, do that. Or if you want to just listen to me and laugh the hell at me, which I wouldn't blame you at all, because I'm just so high and excited about this whole thing that I'm going a little crazy. And I'm very high energy today. I haven't even had an energy drink or anything. But if you just want to listen to me gab on and on today, and then you want to go on to one of the other gals' premiere videos, and maybe theirs is more simplified than mine, do that as well. We want everybody to check out all 3 channels and view their content, and not just the Crochet Along content and the collab contents or the lives. We want you to check out all the other content we have, because we all each are individual. Lorraine has some dyeing videos, which I don't presently really have. And I do more podcast varying. And I think Gina does a lot of giveaways and a lot of interesting yarn chats with you. And we're all each have our individual amount that we know how to crochet. So like, I've only crocheted for 5 years. I believe Lorraine has crocheted for a lot more years than me, like probably triple, if not more. I believe it was more. And Gina's just learning, so she can be learning along with you. And we can help cheer Gina on as well. So let's get into this to see if you're even interested, first of all. And I can't see why anybody would not be interested in this. The designer, her name is Jeanne. Here's her name, and I'll make sure to put her Instagram handle and her Etsy store where you could purchase the pattern. The pattern name I'm going to put up here, it's called the America Tank, and oh my gosh, it's not like a pattern that you follow row by row by row. And I love that, because everybody does their own spin. How many times have you sat there with a pattern and then looked at the pattern and then went off kilter anyway? You went, oh, you know what? I don't like that cast on. I'm going to do this cast on. Or I don't like that stitch. I'm going to do this stitch. Or I don't like that ribbing. I'm going to do this. you get the picture, right? Like arm lengths you could change, you could, oh my gosh, there is so many opportunities to make this your own. I bet you we're not even going to have two alike in this crochet along at all. We're not. I just know it. If we do, I'd be surprised. But she has given us a coupon code, guys. Here's the coupon code. And with that coupon code, you get 30% off the pattern. But make sure to purchase the pattern by, it starts today and it ends on the 12th of May. So make sure, I believe at midnight. So I'm not sure her time zone. So just make sure before maybe supper time on May 12th that you have purchased the pattern already. I'd really love for you to purchase the pattern before May 10th, Monday, because on Monday we're having a cast on party live. It'll be my first time live on the YouTube world. It won't be in my channel though, guys. The information will be down below on whose channel you will find each live and when. So if you look down there, the lives are all posted there for you to see, so you can schedule them ahead of time and watch. So making sure, because I didn't want to read the information, so I'm going through it off my head and then make sure I have it all, not missing anything for you. Okay, so the pattern, you ask. Oh my gosh. Well, here is a picture of Jeanne modeling this beautiful piece of art. It's gorgeous. Like, her yarn is gorgeous. The model, of course, is gorgeous. The pattern is gorgeous. But then again, you can, even if you don't think the pattern's gorgeous, I don't know how, you can make it your own. Honestly, you could use any stitch you like. We'll get into that. So I did the coupon code and all that. Prizes, like I said, there will be 5 prizes bi-weekly, and they will be out there. Your name, if you were drawn, will be out there on the lives. So each live we do after the cast on party live, there's a draw. So every time you see us live, we're announcing a winner. So make sure to get your works in progress, the pictures of your gauge and the yarn you're using, and we'd like to see it all, your whole process. Every time you finish a piece of it or a part of it or anything, or just reach out and show us everywhere all your works in progress. Love to see it for 1, but for 2, that's your entry into the bi-weekly prizes, is chatting along and showing pictures. So please do that. And the dates to have each picture and photo by to one of us. It doesn't have to be all 3 of us. You can just send it to one of us. We'll have all the same people on the list. Just use the drop down bar arrow there and it will have the dates beside it. So what I have is the date for you to make sure you get your photos in by. So that's why it's good to do it all the time. Like if you take a picture one day, just send it to us. So you don't even have to worry about the dates. You'll know you're in for it already. So make sure you get them in by that certain date. We want to have them in for a few days before the draw date. We usually want the dates them in by the Monday. And then on the Friday, we're doing the draw, but not announcing the winner until our live on the Monday. So really we're drawing from, or you're needing to put your name in for the draw, your pictures and everything, by the Monday before the actual draw. So the in-between week is when you need to have your photos. So that's why we're asking you to play along and to send your photos in as you go, so you don't lose track of when you need to have the photos in by. You'll be safe and know that your photos are in there, okay? Okay, gauge swatch. I'll start off by showing you mine. If you're not interested in any of the stuff, all the information's down below on the CAL, what dates, when the cast on is, and where to put everything, all our channel information, everything's down there. So go over there and just do that if you're not interested, but there's lots of really great information that I'm going to tell you. And oh, the rules are down there too. So everything I'm going to talk about. But if you don't want to read it and you just want to watch me babble about it all, I love doing this. Like, I'm so excited to share everything with you. It's just I explain it a lot more than I can in typing, right? So my gauge, I did a swatch. So first of all, I chose what yarn I wanted to use. So that's your first thing. You can use fingering weight yarn all the way up to chunky if you'd like. Honest, honest, honest. So whatever kind of sweater you want to make, if it is from short sleeves to long sleeves to a crop top to a lower hanging top to a dress, just use whatever yarn you would like, from scraps to if you need to order something, or if you have something on hand, or if you need to go shopping for an excuse to go shopping for new yarn. Do that. You do you. That's what this pattern is so great for. Okay, so for the swatch, what we're checking on is how, like, I hate to say the word holy, but you know how crochet can be quite, I'll say lacy, can be quite lacy. So that I'm using my hands a lot. I apologize. If you like that look and you want to wear a tank top under there or a fancy sports bra that you could see through, but if you want to have it tight, you can do it tight. Like, you can go up a hook size if you want it more lacy looking, or you could go down a hook size from recommendations so that you can have it a little bit of a tighter gauge. Now, doing a gauge swatch is going to tell you a lot of things. It's going to tell you how many stitches per inch. It's going to tell you how many rows you get in how many inches. It's also going to tell you the drape of the fabric. So when you make it, you don't want to make a little small swatch like a 2x2. Probably people out there do. I don't, because you want to have a large enough fabric that you can feel how it's going to feel on your body. Like, say I use something like Bernat Handicrafter yarn, and it's the cotton and it's rough, and I go to use that and I'm using a smaller hook because I want it less lacy, and then I just do a 2x2 and I go, oh, that's pretty nice, that's all right, I got this gauge, I could figure that all out. That's dandy, but you're not being able to feel how dense that fabric's going to be. It's not going to be flowy on you. It's going to be like wearing a rug, quite honestly. So, and you could get that from a really, really soft yarn as well. I've used Caron Simply Soft. If you've ever used that, it's a very soft yarn. And if you were to crochet it with a smaller hook and tight, it's actually quite dense and heavy, and it's like a rug. It's not no longer soft to wear. So that's why you want to look at the whole square. So you want a larger square, okay? So you want to do a 4-inch square, but you want to make sure that it's bigger than that so that you're measuring the inside of it. So you have days to do this. You have, like, before the cast on is Monday, whether you're watching the live or you're watching it afterwards. Don't cast on till Monday. You could have it started already on Monday, but do your gauge before that. So you want to make sure in the middle of your gauge swatch you have a 4x4 square. So do like 6 or 8 inches wide. Do 6 or 8 inches tall, guys, okay? So you could feel the drape of the fabric. Now you start off as a starting point with the hook that's recommended for your yarn. So on the side of my yarn, I'm using Bernat Softy Baby Colors because I've been dying to use this yarn, the color. And this color is called Yellow Rainbow. And the hook size it's recommending, it's a number 3 weight yarn. And the hook size and needle size are both a 4mm. So I went with starting off with my 4mm crochet hook. So that's where to start. So you do your gauge. I mean, you could start it and then realize, oh my gosh, I don't like that right away. You'll know right away if you will or not. And I figured as I was going my row 1 and 2, I'm like, oh, I like the way this is feeling. And then when I finished, I knew that's exactly the hook I wanted to use, because my gauge, it never works out the first time, like ever, but this time it truly, truly did. I really like how my gauge turned out. So here's my gauge swatch. So you'll see I did a lot more stitches across in the 4 inches and a lot more inches down. The reason is the first row you're doing is a chain, and if you were to measure from the bottom of the chain up, you're not getting a true 4 inches of actual working stitches. You're including that chain in that 4 inches, which you only chain the once, so you don't want that included in your 4 inches. Okay, and same with the side to side. If you were to do just a perfect 4 inches, you would be getting the chain stitches on the side, or maybe your yarn's curling a bit, so you're not getting a true representation of a true 4 inches of stitches. Now, what stitches you ask to do your gauge, whatever pattern you're going to do for the shirt, sweater. So say you're going to do single crochet / half double crochet, whatever it is, the pattern stitch you're going to use. It could be a pattern stitching too. Use that for your gauge, because say for instance I'm doing my sweater in double crochets, and say for instance I just did gauge with a single crochet. Well, that's silly, because I wouldn't know that my sweater wouldn't be the same drape as I have with double crochet. So first of all, I'd be like, I would do my gauge and go, oh, I don't really like the way that feels, the way that looks. It's like, well, that's silly. That's not how I'm making my sweater. So I made sure to do the stitch that I'm going to do on the sweater as my gauge. That's the point I had there, in a roundabout way, right? So do up your gauge swatches. Take photos of your yarn and of your gauge swatch. If you have any trouble along the way, or maybe you want to do a different stitch pattern, message any of us and ask us and see what we think. I mean, if you're creative enough. If you're a beginner, I would stick to just single, half double, or double crochet sweater, because it could get tricky. I haven't did the pattern as of yet, so I don't know how tricky it will be when you get to like the sleeve part or the neck or decreases, things like that. That would all have to be math, and if you're good at that stuff, you can do any pattern with this sweater. It's amazing. Honestly, I'm not just saying that, guys. Like, I'm so glad I was introduced to this designer. I'm excited. So that is my gauge swatch. Okay, did all that. Okay, Barb's talking about all these places to find them all. Where do I go to find anybody? Where do I go to send the photos? And where do I go to ask questions? Okay, so I made the hashtag on Instagram. I'll put it right here. It's the number 1, CAL, C-A-L, Colab, C-O-L-A-B. And you follow that hashtag on Instagram. If you don't know how to follow a hashtag, let me know. Let Gina know, let Lorraine know, and we will help you figure that out and get you in on the hashtag on Instagram. You don't have Instagram? That's fine. We also have a Facebook group. It's a private group, so you have to ask to join, but it's with the same hashtag, but not the hashtag. You just do 1 CAL collab in the search bar for the group, ask to join, and then one of us will, I think it's Lorraine, because was in charge of the Facebook group, so she will say okay to your approval and then post photos away in there as you go. Like, those are your entries. Every time you post in that Facebook group or in that hashtag, those are your entries, guys. Enter like crazy, okay? You only get 1 entry though, like for each week, so it doesn't matter if you do it in Instagram, Facebook, and email us. Just 1 entry. But I mean, it's fun to chat on all the places and get all the likes on your photos too. That's really fun. And then the last one, each of us has an email address that you can find us, and they'll be all down below, and I believe they're all just Gmails. So mine's knottyarnies@gmail.com, and you just click there and you could send me your progression photos, your starting photos, the day you're gonna, or tomorrow or later today if you get your gauge swatch done. Email me. I'd love to see it, guys. Honestly, I'd love to see that. So look forward to seeing all of the things in all of the places. So those are your 3 choices, but there's more because, I mean, you have 3 emails. So those are your places to post your photos and to follow along with everybody's works. And oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see how many people are going to join in this fantastic adventure. Definitely let us know that you're in. So whether it is, okay, this is a premiere video, so the comments that are going by right now do not stay there after it's done premiering. So when this video is done and over with and it's loaded up into YouTube permanently, please go under the video or under Lorraine's video or under Gina's video and let us know that you're in. Just type you're in or I'm following along or anything, just so we know how much interest there is, for one, and just so we can get all excited with you and ask you about your yarn, and so we know if you have questions or anything, who you are, tell us a little about yourself, where you live, all the stuff. We like to know it all. And you're more than welcome to ask questions about yarn. What do you think? Do you think I should use this or this? Or this material or this material? Like, that's what it's all about, guys, is community. And that's what the part I'm so excited about is. Okay. I'm just going to go through and make sure I haven't said the rules yet. The lives will be revolving. So we're going to be each hosting a live on bi-weekly Mondays. And starting this Monday for the cast-on party, it's going to be listed below whose channel to go to on which days, okay? I'm not going to repeat them here. Just go down below and see which day, and this video will always be here to reference back. So if you need to get a calendar or each week you forget who's hosting, you can always come back to my video, click on the description box, and then look for who's going to host that night. And make sure to go and subscribe to all 3 of us. That's one of the rules. We don't have many rules, guys. One rule: you can't have a whip. Okay, you're starting fresh. So that's why we want to see the gauge swatches, your yarn you're using before you even start. You have to be subscribed to all 3 of our channels. And we'd love it if you subscribe to Jeannie's channel as well. And her channel name, oh, I wrote it down. This is the problem with doing notes and not following along. Sometimes you skip over something, right? On the Hook Crochet on YouTube. Okay, I'll put that here. And so follow her. We'd love you to follow her. But in order to win prizes, you have to actually be subscribed to Knottyarnies, Knitting Turnpike, and Chatelain Makes. And please make it public so that we know that you're subscribed. Because if you have your settings set to private, we don't know that you're there. So we need to know that you're subscribed. So go to your settings, change it to public so that we can physically see that you're subscribed to our channels. We are not included in the draws, so you know. We are, as our channels, are all participating. Of course, we're not going to send out a crochet along and not participate. We're going to be participating fully and showing you our works and following all the things, but we're not going to get prizes, guys. We're here to give the prizes and the love out, okay? We just wanted to mention that so you don't think that maybe I'm going to win a prize one week and take away from your chances. That's not happening. That's not fair. You do not need to finish. You heard me right. You do not need to finish. Because, I mean, if you're going to make a dress or long sleeves and everything, That takes a while. So, and everybody has only limited time. No, but who's to say that everybody is a stay-at-home person like myself and has, you know, maybe 4 or 5 hours a day after housework and things to crochet. So you could have a job, totally have a job, and have maybe half an hour a day. That's all it would really take, is a half an hour a day every day to do it. And then yeah, so we just ask for half finished project by the end of the CAL, which I will tell you the end date shortly. But the bonus, if you do finish, so it's completed, the end's woven in, it's blocked if you wanted it blocked, and all the things tagged, emailed, whatever, however you got a hold of us by the finished date, you get 2 entries. So you get an entry if you're halfway done, but you get 2 for finishing. So there's our promotion to trying to get it done. I'm really rooting for everybody. If you need a little bit of a nudge, please message me. I'm so great at being anyone's cheerleader, honestly. So please feel free to do that at any time. Also, the last rule is, I think this is the last rule, that you have to at least post 1 post in the over 2 months time. So we ask that we see a picture of your progression at any time. Okay, so picture of your gauge swatch and your yarn that you're sitting there doing it, a picture of it halfway finished, a picture of you 3 rows in. We don't care. We just want you to post at least 1 time. So, and that 1 time will be, you'll be in for a draw. So make sure to post right away your gauge swatch and your yarn you're using, in case you don't get to post anything after, which I really hope you do consider doing. But if you don't, your name's still in there for the draw because you're in doing the crochet along, and we know you're involved in there. So please make sure to send those photos. We can't wait. And also any likes, comments, and shares are greatly appreciated with our channels or with any of our posts or anything like on Instagram, whether it be for the CAL or for any of our videos or photos on Instagram or anything. We really appreciate that. So our first live, as I said, is on May 10th, Monday, May 10th. It's at it's at 2 p.m. Eastern. So I can't go through all the time zones. That's impossible. I don't know them all. But because I know Gina is in Central Time, it is 1 p.m. Central. And because I know Lorraine is in, I wasn't thinking of her name, I'm thinking of her time zone. Mountain Time, I know that is noon Mountain Time. So therefore I know it's 11 a.m. PST on the west coast of North America. So any other dates, I'm sorry, maybe try doing what I did. I ask Google, you could ask Siri, you could ask Alexa, whatever. I just go, hey, what time is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in, and then say your time zone. And Google will tell you, or Alexa will tell you, or Siri will tell you. All the places. That's how I did it, okay? So we're planning on the lives every 2 weeks. There's one where there's one back-to-back week. So because of the final week, that's my fault. I'm sorry that there's one Monday, and then the next week also. Because I have lots going on besides the CAL. I've got my own CALs going on right now, and I've got some testing going on, and I've got some hashtag Christmas and July Fairy videos to do, and I got so much going on, so I really needed a length of time. The other 2 gals didn't probably need so much time. I know Lorraine, she could have whipped it out in probably 2 weeks, and Gina, just learning, probably would have appreciated even longer. And that's why we're saying that you only need to be half done, because you could be a beginner and still get in on the draws, even though we're like 2 weeks and, no, 2 months and 2 weeks, I think it is, for the whole entire crochet along. So, as I was saying, the lives are every 2 weeks on Mondays sometimes. We have a couple of holidays. They're both in the Canada and in the States kind of on those weekends. So we scheduled those 2 weeks for Tuesdays. So if you're in the Canada or States and you go Monday and it's a long weekend, you know that we're going to go on the Tuesday, but it's all down there, honestly. Life happens, and even if it's just one of us that shows up, everybody can totally understand where all of us are coming from, right? So go purchase a pattern. This is what you need to do before the first live, which is Monday. You can also watch after the fact. It's being recorded, so you can watch after the fact. Okay, guys, you won't see everybody's questions and stuff, but that's okay. You can ask if you have questions yourself after the fact. Being shown live Monday, or we are live on Monday, I should say. So have your gauge swatch done so you know what you're doing, right? And you could cast on along with us. Have your yarn there and have your, be ready to start chat and be ready for questions and be ready to have some fun and meet some new fiber friends. We're super duper excited, guys. Like, I don't know if you could tell, to meet everybody. Like, I am so thrilled to have more Yarny friends in my life. I just don't have enough. Like, there's never enough love to go around in this community. So please join in. Okay. So the dates that I have down below for when to have your photos in by for the next draw is midnight time PST, okay? So we're giving you like till 3 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So have your photos in by that, the Monday before, by that time. So you're really going to start that first week, and you're going to make sure it's only a week time before you have to have that first photo in. We only did a week because we really want you to send us a photo of maybe your starting chain and your gauge swatch and the yarn you're using, something like that. So make sure that first week that you concentrate on sending us a photo at any of those places, at any of us. You do not have to reach out to all 3 of us. We will have the same list, okay, guys? So, like, if you just email me, I'm going to each day make sure the other ladies know that I got an email from this person, and they're going to add you to their list as well, okay? I'm going to maybe include the dates here. I know they'll be in the drop-down arrow. So the dates here. So our first live is, of course, on, you're seeing this preview, and I've recorded this on Wednesday. I'm going to upload it and post it to go live so I can chat down below. You've probably seen me down below already. And then Monday, we're going to be live. So that's May 10th. We're going to be live. Oh, I don't have that written down. Anyway, I'm going to write all the lives down here. And so you know that when we're going live. The final draw to have your names in, so you have until July 23rd at 12 a.m. So 11:59 p.m. okay, PST. So we will be collecting the names at 11:59 p.m. PST, July 23rd. And then we will be having our final live on July 26th, that Monday, and showing our works that we did and telling you who won and showing you which. So each week as the prizes are gifted, we're going to show the prize, okay, as we go along. And yeah, so we're going to do it that way. I'm making sure that I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, so now that I've showed you the live dates, these are the dates when the draws take place. So make sure to have them in by these dates, okay, at 11:59 p.m. PST. Before then. The earlier the better. So if you remember when you wake up that Monday morning to post, but like I said, if you are posting and commenting and showing us your work as you go, you have no problem. You're good. You're in for all the draws already. So just keep on the chatting and having fun. Each of us are hosting some lives. So I would really appreciate everybody, even if say, okay, I'm letting the two ladies, Knitting Turnpike and Chatelain Makes, host most of the lives. Because I have no idea what I'm doing, how to do a live. So my live is like third last or something, so that I can Maybelline. Is Maybelline a word? No, it's not. Ooh. So I can, by then, hopefully learn how to do it to make an actual live video, right? So they're gonna host them. Amazing. Thank you, Lorraine and Gina, for doing that so much. So go to theirs. I'm going to be, well, I'm on my live. I hope to tag them somehow that their channel members can see it. But then again, guys, by then everybody should be following and subscribing to all three of our channels, so you will see all of our lives. So not just subscribe, okay? This is so important to subscribe and hit that bell button. And when that bell comes up, make sure it's on the one, like on my iPad, it comes up like a black bell and it looks like it's ringing. And Lorraine had told me that when on a laptop, when you hit the bell, something else comes on and you have to hit the all button. On my iPad, it doesn't come up like that, but make sure that the sound is on so that you can see and hear when each of us are live, okay? Then if it comes around that time and you don't get a notification, and YouTube sometimes doesn't notify us all the time, right? It's finicky. So just check in, like if it's that time or close to that time, just check in on the channels and go through, and then, or go on the bottom of one of our channel, on one of these videos, and see who's hosting which, and then go to their channel and see if they're going to be live. Because sometimes you don't get notifications, let's be honest. It's kind of wacky that way, right? We'd love it if you got the word out. Tell everybody in all the social media places. If you have your, that's why Instagram's great, because when you have your yarn and your pattern and you're sitting there and you're going to do that hashtag #1 collab, make sure to give some info on that post as well. Tag Knottyarnies, tag Chatelain Makes, tag Knitting Turnpike. We're all on Instagram, so please tag us all there. Tag Jeanne too for the pattern. Yeah, just whatever you can do, any of it is greatly appreciated, okay guys? So remember, it's #1 CAL collab. Subscribe to all three channels, Jeannie's as well, please. Find the Facebook group and join that. Would love that. Would love to have you there. Email us progression as you go, questions, with your excitement, anything. Just email us and share and have fun. That's the main thing. Have fun. Learn something new, hopefully. Challenge yourself. And then out of it all, we all get something to wear in the end that we can be proud of, that we made with our own two hands. And that's what it's all about. So, take care, everybody. Thanks for listening to me babble this long, but I wanted to make it a bit longer. The other ladies probably are going to do shorter, but I'm long-winded. And I also wanted to make sure we had a long enough one too, so that when it's premiering, that if the chat goes on and on, we're not ending any questions, any conversations, okay? So look forward to meeting everybody. I can't wait to see everybody that's out there that's going to join along. If you're involved already in my CAL for the month of May, maybe you could do just a gauge swatch, like for my birthday CAL, like Barb's turning 50 now. Maybe you could just start off by buying the pattern, doing the gauge swatch and then just sending the photo so that you have an entry into the giveaways, and then starting on June 1st, so after my CAL's done. So, because these are kind of overlapping. My Barb's turning 50 Mel 2021, but you could totally do both, guys. You got this. So thanks everybody for watching, and take care everyone. Have a super duper day.